Hi students, in this lecture we are going to discuss about DTA. In previous lectures you get an idea about thermal analysis and its types. It is one of the type of a thermal analysis, DTA. Its principle, block diagram and working, differential thermal analysis. So the main principle involved in DTA is the temperature difference between the test sample and an inert sample. It is controlled by heating or cooling, is recorded continuously as a function of temperature or time. Thus, the heat absorbed or emitted by a chemical system is determined. So, this is the basic principle of differential thermal analysis. Mainly, it records the temperature difference between the test sample and an inert sample. If any reaction takes place in the sample, the temperature difference will occur between the sample material and the reference material. If it is an endothermic change, the process involved are melting or dehydration. We know for an endothermic change, delta T is negative. So if a change is an exothermic or the process, the sample temperature is higher than that of reference material where delta T is positive. The shape and the size of the peak gives you the information about the nature of the test sample. If it is the sharp peak, it indicates the phase changes such as melting and fusion or transition from one crystalline form to another crystalline form. If it is a broad endothermic peak, it is mainly for dehydration reactions. Chemical reactions like oxidative reactions are exothermic in nature. So, the peak you see above is an exothermic peak. Here, the heat is released. Where the peak you have seen in the downwards is an endothermic peak where the heat absorbs. Coming to the instrumentation, the main components of DTA are furnace, sample and reference holder with a thermocouple. Then the sample holder furnace to heat the sample. Next, furnace temperature control. It is used to increase the furnace temperature steadily. Furnace atmospheric control system is used to maintain the sustainable atmosphere in the furnace and the sample holder. And DC amplifier, then the recorder device. So this is the block diagram of this instrument DTA. Here the differential temperature sensor is also there, is used to measure the temperature difference between the sample and the reference material. This is a very important. This part of the plays a very important role. Differential thermal temperature sensor plays a very important role in DTA. Here I have given a peak for DTA. So this is the DTA curve for the decomposition of calcium oxalate monohydrate. A is in the presence of carbon dioxide and B is in the presence of air. The thermogram shows the decomposition of carbon dioxide atmosphere and in the air atmosphere. That is, A is for carbon dioxide atmosphere and B is in the air atmosphere. Thermograms of calcium oxalate monohydrate has 3 peaks for. So here you can able to see 3 peaks for carbon dioxide, and it shows for the successive elimination of hydrogen, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. These 3 points of weight loss corresponds to the 3 endothermic peaks. As I already told, if you see the peak downwards, it's an endothermic peak. Here you can see the weight loss of water molecule, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. And the curve B represents the DTA diagrams of the same component air. Here it shows a sharp exothermic peak It corresponds to the same weight loss of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This peak represents the exothermic burning of carbon monoxide in air at the temperature of the furnace. Next, what are the factors that affect DTA curve? There are two important factors. One is instrumental factors and the other one is sample characteristics. The size and the shape of the sample and furnace holder, then the material from which the sample holder is made and its corrosive attack. Next, heating rate. These are some of the instrumental factors that affect DTA curve. Coming to the sample characteristics, the amount of the sample and the particle size of the sample mainly affects the DTA curve. Next, the applications of DTA. DTA curves for two substances are not identical. Hence, they serve as a fingerprint for various substances. It is used to study the characteristics of a polymeric material, mainly the melting temperature of the polymer and the glass transition temperature of the polymer we can study using with the help of DTA. This technique used for testing purity of the drug sample. It's also used to determine the heat of a reaction. Trend and ligand stability gives you the information about the ligands in the coordination sphere. I think you can able to acquire knowledge on principal working of DTA. Thank you.